So there are three games I am looking forward to this weekend, and here they are. The first one is the Browns and the Bengals. The last time Cleveland and Cincinnati played, it was a shootout. Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield both played amazing, and this one's going to be, I think, will be different. For starters, Cleveland has been a massive disappointment this year, while Cincinnati has been very surprising in how good they've played. And it should be an interesting game. You watch. Honestly, we'll see how Cleveland responds. Odell Beckham Jr. was released earlier this week, and we'll see if they respond with a statement win saying we don't need Odell, or will it be Joe Burrow and the Bengals bouncing back from what was a terrible and embarrassing loss against the Jets only a week ago? So we'll see where that goes. We'll see how Cincinnati. I don't know who's going to win. I feel like it might be Cincinnati. However, remember, Cincinnati's offensive line is terrible, and Myles Garrett is one of the best players in the league. So he can absolutely dominate this game. And then we'll see how Burrow responds because he's actually pretty good under pressure. And Joe Burrow is really close to becoming an elite quarterback. He has maybe the one thing I wish he has to do better is um, almost some I guess maybe learn when a play is over. There's sometimes when he's under a lot of pressure and will run into sacks, and that's not good. There was like a play last week against the Jets where the pressure came and he kind of ran. He tried to do too much, so he tried to spin and he just got tackled. And it was a bad sack. And Joe Burrow is so close to being elite that I think this won't be a problem next year. I think Joe Burrow is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a very long time. And of course they have Jamar Chase, who's been electric so far. Not sure when they're getting T. Higgins back. I know he's injured right now. He might be playing Sunday. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, that's Cincinnati. It's the Joe Burrow show. Without Joe Burrow, they wouldn't be very good. I am be pretty confident about that. And then for Cleveland, this is going to be a huge game for Baker Mayfield. I believe the game is in Cincinnati. So if you can walk into Cincinnati, because Baker Mayfield hasn't lost to the Bengals in his career, which is a pretty cool thing considering they're the Cleveland Browns. But if he goes into Cincinnati and then lights it up, I think he can silence his critics for like 2 minutes. Because he struggled this year and he struggled against Pittsburgh. Although they did have a lot of drop passes, and the final pass he threw was a pass that should have easily been caught by Jarvis Landry. So that happened. We'll see how Baker Mayfield plays. All right, without Odell, if he can connect with Jarvis and first, Cleveland does absolutely have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. But at the same time, Baker just has to play well enough to keep his critics silent. However, Cleveland needs to win this game. They have expectations this year. Nobody has expectations for Cincinnati. Myles Garrett, I think, will have a huge game. He's going up against the Bengals left tackle Jonah Williams, who's like a good offensive tackle, but there's a lot of Cincinnati's offensive line isn't good, and I think Cleveland could exploit that. So those are my thoughts on Cleveland and Cincinnati. I can't say for certain. I like Joe Burrow more than Baker Mayfield, but I like Cleveland's roster a lot more. So I'm leaning towards Cleveland to win this game. So the second game I am looking forward to, which will surprise a lot of people, is the Dolphins and the Texans. So both teams are 1-7. Both teams are on 7-game losing streaks. Tyrod Taylor is going to start, and then Tua finally doesn't have the weight of the rumors of Deshaun Watson coming to Miami. So this should be an exciting opportunity for him. Um, I want to see how Tua plays. He might have the best game of his career. If he can, because the Dolphins should absolutely win this game. If they can fix their awful play calling, I think Devontae Parker is out per usual, and Will Fuller I don't think hasn't played in a while. But they have Jalen Waddle, they have Mike Gesicki, and then we'll see how Tua plays. If he can light it up and beat the Texans, that'll be amazing. If not, if he loses this game, I think all hope is lost in Miami. I don't think they'll. I think this ship has pretty much sailed, but I want to see where he'll play next year because he's not gonna. I'd be surprised if he was in Miami next year. They've literally done everything except say that we don't want you anymore, which it's unfortunate, but that is the reality of the NFL right now. So we'll see how that goes. Now, Terod Taylor's making his first start since I believe week 3, and he's back, and we'll see how he plays. I think he'll put up a pretty good game. He played really well against Jacksonville in week 1. And I don't remember if he played week 2. It's been a very long time since Terod has played. So we'll see. Davis Mills played, I think, in 5 games and lost every single one. Didn't look great. So we'll see how Terod Taylor plays because maybe, first of all, Houston winning doesn't help them in any way. Their best option is to lose. However, Miami, you want to win because you don't want because Philly has their first round. It was a very confusing trade, and Miami's that trade made no sense. They traded down with the 49ers and then trade back up, so they didn't even have to move. They could have stuck with the third overall pick unless they really wanted the 49ers next 2 first-round picks, and then they also traded but back up with Philly and took Jalen Waddle. So we'll see. So that's where that game stands. I think Miami will probably win. I don't believe in Houston at all. There's not really anything I like about it. I like Brandon Cooks. I think he's a really good wide receiver. I wish he had been traded. I think because honestly, who wants to play for Houston? But he's still a really talented wide receiver, and he's on pace to get 1,000 yards again for like the almost be like maybe fifth out of the past 6 years. It's insane. Like Brandon Cooks is actually a pretty underrated player in the league. So that's also what's happening. And then the third game, looking forward to the most, is Kansas City and Green Bay. I am so excited to see Jordan Love make his first career start. I've been the only person who's believed in Jordan Love since day one. I remember back in 2019 during the fall, I heard his name and I started like watching some Jordan play. I was like, okay, he's really talented. Jordan Love's talent is without question. I think the only question coming out of college was, can he improve his mechanics? And I mean, 1 year sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, or well, actually a year and a half now. He's been in the system for a year now. I think Jordan Love will light it up against Kansas City. Their defense is really bad, and he is super talented. I believe Devontae Adams is playing this week. So Jordan Love is I think he's going to explode. I think he's going to prove to people why the Packers took him in the first round. So that's something I'm really excited for. I'm going to watch every snap of Jordan Love this week. And, who knows? Unless, if he's horrible, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know if he's going to be a franchise quarterback. Because this is basically, he's going to start this game and he's going to start week 17 of the year. Because Green Bay's probably going to get the 1 seed in the league. Kyler Murray's dealing with some injuries right now, and I don't think Arizona's going to stay 7-1 for that much longer. So I think Green Bay's going to get the 1 seed pretty easily. And I think Jordan Love will get this start, and he'll get the week 17 start for Green Bay. So, we'll see how he plays. I'm really excited. I hope he plays well. But, yeah, we will see with that. And now for Kansas City. Oh, my gosh. I have no hope for Kansas City right now. Maybe Patrick Mahomes has to stop making stupid mistakes. This is kind of more what I expected of him his first season as a starter. This is exactly what I thought he would be, and he's regressed badly. He's missing a lot of throws. Also, his wide receivers are just terrible this year. He has Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill's hot and cold. It's like Tyreek Hill's not an elite wide receiver, contrary to popular belief. He is not. He doesn't have great hands. He's not good at the jump ball. He's really fast. That's his entire thing. He relies heavily on Patrick Mahomes launching the ball downfield, and he'll catch it because he can beat everyone. But he's not a great route runner or anything. So yeah, that is where Kansas City stands right now, where the offensive line hasn't been very good, the defense has been just awful. So Patrick Mahomes, because if Jordan Love lights up Kansas City's defense like I think he will, Patrick Mahomes is going to have to go toe-to-toe with him, which he is more than capable of doing. He just has not been doing it at all this year, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to probably have to dive into some film and find out what on earth is going on in Kansas City. So that is a game I'm really excited for. I'm gonna try to watch every snap if I get the game in my area. Which I should just because I live in the Kansas City area, so I get Chiefs games. Even though I'm not a Chiefs fan, but yeah, that should be a really fun game. I am hoping for an exciting game. I want to see Jordan Love succeed. I think he could be the next franchise quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and this game is huge for him. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. So those are three games I'm looking forward to: Miami and Houston, Kansas City and Green Bay, and then Cleveland and Cincinnati.